Hey everyone, this is Joe from Productions, here with another video for you. So if you do me a favor before we go any further, hit the like button. Don't forget to share this video to all your friends, and don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification button so that way you know when the next video is about ready to drop, and you can be notified of the next video as it comes down. So if you do me a favor and do all that for me, I really would appreciate that, because I'm really trying to grow the channel this year, even though I've just been doing it for a little while, but I just want to continue to make content for you that may matter. So remember, on this video we talk about all sorts of things music related and content content creation related. How's that? So let's get into it. Now, maybe a few weeks ago, you guys probably saw one of my shorts where I did buy a guitar speaker. There's always been this rage and this debate about, does the speaker make a difference? Well, a lot of us have kind of been messing around with IRs and getting different types of sound with different types of cabinets with different types of speakers loaded into it. Even sometimes even depend on the geometry of the type of cabinet that has been added. Now, if you guys went into my one video that I have right up here in the card section, you're gonna see I did a test where, using different type of speakers with 1 amp. So as we continue to go on, you're going to see that that we're going to kind of go into this a little bit more, but this time in changing of a different speaker cabinet. This here originally is my Peavey Piranha 1x8 cabinet. Yes, I did buy this cabinet along with the amp that did come along with it. This is loaded with a 4 ohm, or in some cases a 3.2 ohm 8-inch speaker. Ever since the demos of people doing the Sheffields, like Glenn, Kyle Bull, all them other guys, they've come to the conclusion that some of the speakers are not pretty good. And after a while, okay, yeah, I get it. Like one thing I would say about Peavey, stick to making the Scorpion and the Black Widow speakers. When I bought this speaker, I really liked this because it was portable, and I just wanted something, something like a mini stack. Isn't time, like I said, because of the speaker debate, this speaker kind of wasn't doing this amp any justice. So it's been in my heart to always wanting to get an 8-inch speaker for it. Now, the one speakers I've been looking into is the Warehouse guitar speaker, what they call the G8. Okay. You also have other speakers which I'm going to be looking into, which is the Veteran, the Reaper, all those other types of speakers I'm thinking about looking into, because again, I want to start changing out some of my speakers and some of my guitar cabs so I can have a better looking sound. On this one, as you probably saw, I got the Warehouse GA8 or G8A. You gotta make sure I get this right. I bought this off of Facebook Marketplace for $50. This type of speaker normally runs $100. Okay, why? I don't know, but we're going to look at some of the features. Obviously, it's a 4 ohm speaker that can handle 20 watts because the amp itself is about 20 watts. But as you can see right here, the magnet's a little fatter. Okay, now also one thing that's cool, you can see that this has a different type of cork to it. So now also, as opposed to most speakers, this thing has what they call felt. So one thing when Glenn did his V30 comparison with the different types of V30s, usually sometimes the center cap does make a little bit of a difference, sometimes it doesn't. It all depends. Like when I did my Fender Twin review, it did come with a vented air cap, but also at the same time in the middle also had a gap in the where the magnet went. So we're gonna go. So as you can see right here, this is what this one looks like. Now, what we're gonna do here is we're gonna do it in comparison to see what the Blue Marvel that originally comes in. So as you can see right here, got my drill. So let's do this. As you begin to see, there is a bit of a variable difference in the way these speakers look. Obviously, this magnet is a lot bigger than this one here. So as you look at, here's the magnet on here, and this was the magnet here. Now, it might make a bit of a difference. Also, as you probably see right here, now as I look, if you go really further in, you can probably look at the voice coils. They may be voiced differently, but also as you're going to see right here, let's see. Okay, this one looks like a regular cup cone right here. Now, as we begin to put this all together, you're going to see they do look different. So now when we do the comparison, I'm going to be taking the front grill off, so that way you guys can be able to see which guitar speaker I'm putting in. First thing we're going to do is we're going to compare them side to side. For this comparison, we're going to be using the Soldano Mini SLO. We're going to be using that because to me that's the most transparent amp you can find out there. Let's see, maybe I should put a boost to it. So what I'll be doing, I'm going to be using my typical tube screamer, but the one I'm going to be using on this one is going to be the Behringer TO800. That one I've been using for a long time, even though I've used my Amazon Drive, but I'm going to be using that one, that particular Behringer, because that's the one I've been using a whole lot of. So what we're going to do, we're going to go ahead, we're going to go right into the installation of the speaker. As you can see here, we're kind of been in my washroom. You kind of have to do what you got to do in order to kind of accommodate certain things. So, as you're going to see right here, I have my Soldano amp. Now, I'm going to go ahead and give you the configurations and how this actually works. So, now, let's go ahead and let's go right up here. Now, I got everything turned up at 12 o'clock except for the master. The master's at 3 and the gain is at 4. The presence is up at around 7, and I also got it in overdrive, so it's going to punch out pretty hard. Then you also got what they call a deep switch. So the deep switch is on right now, so it kind of gives it more of a punchier sound. Now as we go right up here, you're going to see that I also got my TO800 overdrive, and I also got my noise reducer to kind of reduce the noise a little bit. Now when I push as you get to see, it does get a little noisy. So, oops, catch this thing. There we go. All right, so as you can see right here, this is the setup I normally use. Now, as you're also going to see right here, I also got some blue tape right along the edges, so that way, when I put the speaker back, it'll be back in its place. Now, also, as you can see right here, I have my reamp box, so the performance is always going to be consistent. Okay, now, we're going to go right over here. We're going to close the door behind me. Now we're going to go right over here, and we're going to be using this guitar right here. I'm pretty sure you guys probably have seen this guitar before. You probably have seen it in the video where I was testing my podcast mic. I'm going to be using my Charvel LS1. You know, lately I've been putting out a lot of my guitars differently and stuff like that, so we can be able to start using it. Now, also, as far as some bit of the recording, I'm going to be using the Ugertone drum sounds. So, we're going to be using what they call the Total Studio drums. So we're going to see how that one works out. and eventually I'm gonna start coming out with a video for Ugertone. So without any further ado, let's start this.
A few moments later.
Okay, I just got done doing the reamp and take for this. So now let's go ahead and let's switch over to this one. This speaker was a little harder to deal with. So now let's set it up. Now, as you can see, we're back in the washroom again, but this time we got the warehouse speaker. So, but everything, as you probably noticed, is still the same. I haven't changed nothing on any of these settings. So now, let's reamp this one.
A few moments later.
Now, as you can see, we're in my DAW right now. Right here is the Peavey Blue Marble, and right here is the WGS speaker. Okay, but also you see right here, this is the reamp track I was using. Now, you see right here, as soon as I pop this on, you can see it goes into the reamp. So that means this signal will actually go into the reamp, and then obviously whatever you got mic'd goes right into here, which exits out through here, which in turn brings these ones out. So we're gonna hear it in its full tone now. As you can see right here, this is my Ugertone Total Studio. Guy named Ron. He's got this sound. So you see right here, this is your kick. Okay, so those are your sounds right there. So let's go ahead and plus I'm using Neutron 3 to kind of smooth out the drums a little bit, give it better sounding. And then I'm also using my Contact. This one I'm using my Scarby because it's a little more designed for just straight up solid cleaner rock metal tones. So let's just go ahead, let's go for it right now. Let's take this off so we won't have to repeat it. So this is what it's going to sound like. Oh, it probably would help if I took the reinsert off. Okay, here we go. Let's try this one more time. We all make mistakes. So right here, as you can see, this is the Dame 100. It's supposed to be a simulation of a dime amplifier to duplicate this the dynamic Gero sound. So now you hear how it would sound. So for right now, let's just do this. Actually, I normally don't have to do that, but we're gonna go ahead and mute that. And here's how the clean track would sound. So again, this is a Charvel that doesn't. I mean, it has like a regular type of PAF pickup, even though according to the specs back in 1996, I believe, that guitar was supposed to be like a little bit on the hot end, but not too much. But as you get to see right here, that's what the signal will sound like. So let's go ahead. Let's do this here. Okay. Okay. So we're gonna go ahead. We're gonna knock these out. Then we're gonna kind of do this here. So let's make sure. Oops. Okay. Let's just do this. Okay. Boom. 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 Okay. All right. So. Okay. All right. So as you can see right here, let's go back to here. Okay. So right here, this is the Blue Marvel right here. We're just gonna go right into the tone really quick. Let's put the looper on so we can see how it sounds. Now let's go to the warehouse speaker. Okay, let's go to the Peavey Marvel again after this one. Now, as you get into here, like I said, I didn't mess with any of the variables. Like I said, I made sure everything was exact in the way it should be as far as the mic placement, the speaker, the speaker placement, everything is still the same. The only thing I changed out was the speaker itself. Now, as you get into here, that the warehouse speaker is more present. It has a little more, it has more better of a breakup. As you could probably hear the Blue Marvel, it's like, it's a little warm. I mean, it's kind of muddy, but the thing is, I know with a lot of guitar players, we want something that's to cut through the mix, and that's why when it comes to the Blue Marvel, it doesn't quite cut it. So let's go ahead. Let's see if we can put them in a mix. So let me kind of go back here. Okay. All right. So let's go ahead and let's do this real quick. Okay. All right. So let's put this back down here. Okay. Now we're going to go ahead. We're going to put the Peavey Blue Marvel in the mix now. Now we're going to go with the warehouse. Now, keep in mind, if you look right over here, there is no processing. So if we were to process these things, I'm pretty sure we would make the speakers even sound even better. But as you can see, the warehouse speaker, it cuts right through a little bit more. Even though the Blue Marvel would be a perfect tool for using like maybe like to kind of fill up the sound a little bit, make it more heavier. But as you begin to see, all in all, when it comes to actual to the actual sound, you can see that the warehouse has a little more presence to it. It kind of cuts through a little bit more. So maybe again, there's a lot of variables that may come into play and that may function out a little bit differently. But let's just see how they sound when we put them together. So. So now when we put them together, as you see, it beefed up the sound a bit. But in reality, I think I made a good investment with this speaker. And once again, and people will fight this tooth and nail. Matter of fact, I was watching a viewer's comments on Glenn, and there are just some guys that are just like, they are just so bent on wanting to justify their pickup purchase. When the truth of the matter is, once again, speakers make the difference. Gosh, if I would have known this a long time ago, I guarantee you, there's a whole lot of things that would have changed a long time ago. And if we're honest, it's I guarantee you my tones will sound a lot better than they do now. Even though I got a good 412 cabinet, but this is even more imperative for me to understand that I need to change out my speaker cabinet. And I mean, not the cabinet, to change out my speakers. So if you guys like this video, do me a favor again, like it, share it, and subscribe, and also push the notifications down so that way you can get the next important video that comes down your way. Okay, so again, help me out. Also, go on my Patreon. For $5 a month, you can be able to support me and help me to kind of help me make better content for you, because I really want to give it my best, as I do every time. So until next time, peace out.